we have heard about. Yeah, I was going to do that. Thank you, Prabhu. So far, yeah, we have read the preface. So in the preface, what have we heard so far? Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavata, Chaitanya Mangala. What are the differences? Does anybody remember? Do you want to say? Chaitanya Charitamrita is all tattva. It's a lot of tattva is there, philosophy, and then pastimes. Chaitanya Mangala and Chaitanya Bhagavata, as was so nicely said here. Chaitanya Mangala is more in both are in poetic forms. Mangala and Bhagavata, they are sung. Chaitanya Mangala invokes. Chaitanya Bhagavata is Varnanatmaka Shastra, full of descriptions. Varnanatmaka Shastra. And Chaitanya Mangala is Rasatmaka Shastra, invokes the rasa quickly. So that's the difference, major difference. Chaitanya Mangala and Chaitanya Bhagavata. Now, we can go ahead, start please. Sutra Kanda, Prayers of Invocation, Chapter 1. You can go ahead, anyone of you please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare.
All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the crest jewel of all sannyasis. In Kali Yuga, he appears in his complete form to give the priceless jewel of love of Godhead to the surrendered souls. The Lord delivers the devotee and satisfies them with the rare gift of prema bhakti, pure love of God. But roaring like a thunderbolt, he crushes the atheists of the world to dust.
Oh, we've read this, right?
Yes, yeah.
Thunderbolt Narasimha.
Till
yeah.
the
Till here?
Yes.
I'm a totally, yeah. Harinamamrita Prabhu, you remember, right? I am a totally unqualified person, incapable of telling right from left. We are all familiar with this. Yes, this is where we paused. Yet, I'm trying to catch the sky with my hands, like a blind man trying to see a Chintamani gem on a nearby mountain. I don't know what the result will be. Dear devotees, can you relate to this? Each one of you, can you relate to this? At least a little bit. Our spiritual journey is actually like this. It may sound like, oh, what? I do not know. So I would not have control then. I wish to plan. I like to know things ahead. And I want it this way. I want it that way. That's how we are conditioned. That's where the conditioned thing comes. By default, our mind, because of the effect of passion, by default it jumps, checks out a plan. And then the button is set there. Okay, since this is the plan, let this machine run like this. ये सब default होता है ना? So that's why the controlling tendency, especially in sadhana bhakti in the initial stages, because of the effect of mode of passion, that controlling tendency is still there within us. And over a period of time, we are willingly, very willingly, happily, voluntarily give away that controlling faculty. And especially under the influence of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, when we hear, see, like this, in the very first verse, the Lord delivers, okay, he appears in his complete form to give the priceless to the surrendered souls. This surrender is a volunteer thing. I am willing to give up my controlling tendency. I am willing to give up my so-called authority.
घाव नहीं खोद जल्दी आउँछ बाढ बेटा घाउ नहीं खोद बाढ जल्दी आउँछ
Yeah. So I am willing to give up that possessiveness and authority. I am willing to give up that tendency when that desire to gradually give up those tendency comes within us. That's when the real auspiciousness starts. And slowly, this is how a Sharanagata Bhakta would feel. This is a very fortunate, blessed state to be. There is no tendency to control, no tendency for possessing anything, just want to dance to the tunes of the Lord. Very beautiful. So literally they do not know what's next, what happens in the next moment. Literally they do not. And they're very comfortable with it because Krishna, they just want to go with the flow of Krishna like that. They do not know in the sense when there is a task, of course, when there is service, we see how that can be done better, but we are not very tight about it and not so much attached to the result. Yes, please. Yeah. Shri Chaitanya. Now, yeah, Josna Devi Mataji, you may please continue.
Yes, Mataji. Shri Chaitanya Mangala. I have but one hope, that Lord Gauranga will be merciful, because he doesn't consider whether one is good or bad. Overlooking disqualifications, the Lord freely gives everyone the shelter of his lotus feet. Please listen to the description of the behavior of a pure devotee. Dedicating his life for others, he gives his causeless mercy to all living entities. He becomes happy by making others happy.
Yeah. Actually, dear devotees, apply each one. Please apply each of this sentence to your own self. To your own self. And you may please read it as if those are your words. Please try that. Huh? Because this is where the simplicity comes. Simplicity is Vaishnavism. We have heard that, right? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Just those words as such. Because our Acharya said, they say that this is very much possible. This will become real for you. Accepting that reality, that will be a possibility with me, for me. Yeah, in that mood, if you can just read this for yourself. But Lord God, we must, because he doesn't consider one is good. So we are still qualified. I'm still qualified. Even if I'm bad, even if I have all the anarthas in the world, I'm still going to get the mercy. Overlooking disqualifications, the Lord freely gives everyone the shelter. So that shelter is always available, regardless of how bad I am or whatever anarthas that I might have. Please listen to the description of the behavior of the pure devotee. Dedicating his life for others, he gives his causeless mercy to all living entities. Giving causeless mercy to all living entities is empowerment. Empowerment. You might be having desire. This is empowerment. And he becomes happy by making others happy. This is a beautiful state. Paradukha dukhi, parasukha sukhi. And one beautiful reality is, dear devotees, a very encouraging reality is that all these things, they automatically come. What does that mean? See, when the sun is rising, do we have to do anything to dispel the darkness? Is somebody coming and fanning away the darkness? Or coming in trucks and pouring out the darkness? No. As the sun rises, simultaneously, naturally, without any effort, the darkness dissipates. And this kind of description is given for Nama. As the Nama, sun of the holy name, rises, then all the, the description is in Nama Shri Harinam Chintamani. As the birds and animals, they flee away like that. So as the sun rises, the darkness is dissipated. So in the same way, when we sincerely practice bhakti with the guidance of the Shabda Brahman from the pure devotee, as we practice bhakti together, when we base our journey on that, then gradually their purity, their faith is imparted into us, and then automatically these, the Trinadapi Sunichena, these things, they happen. They happen. So sincere effort and the guidance of Shabda Brahman. And why do we say that? Because the Sharanagati, Bhakta Mukhya Lakshana, as long as our direction is towards that natural predisposition of the soul, which is Sharanagati, then all these things are bound to happen. Yeah. Yes, Mataji, please continue.
This Lochan Das has only one hope. I want to attain the lotus feet of Narahari Sarkar Thakura, his spiritual master, who is my Lord and the owner of my life.
Sorry, I'm pausing, but does this sound familiar to you, dear devotees? This prayer, does it sound familiar to you? All the Mahabhagavatas, all the pure devotees in the Bhagavatam, right? Parikshit Maharaj, Vritrasura, and Dhruva Maharaj, all of their prayer is the same thing. Association of that sadhus. Because when one has this is a package deal or powerhouse. Association of sadhu means with the Bhagavata, there is always Bhagavan. And the Bhagavata engages us in the seva of Bhagavan. And the Bhagavata gives us the nama and katha of Bhagavan. So everything is there with the Bhagavata. And that's why all of their praise is this one. Yes, please.
Although most fallen, I desire to glorify the indescribable qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To achieve this perfection, I hold the lotus feet of Narahari Thakur within my heart eternally.
Mm-hmm. Why do we say Shri Guru Gauranga Jayata? For Lochan Das Thakura to describe the qualities of Mahaprabhu, especially of Mahaprabhu, describing his qualities is very difficult to comprehend, because Bhagavan's Ichha Shakti is being subordinate with the Krupa Shakti. This doesn't happen in any incarnation, dear devotees, not in any incarnation. where the Ichha Shakti is Krupa Shakti is subordinating Ichha Shakti. That is tremendous mercy. Mercy is reigning, supreme. So, those qualities of the Lord, when coming in that mood, Audarya, very much indescribable. So, that is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And how can one reach or understand, receive the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, understand the Mahaprabhu's mercy? Narhari, Lochan Das Thakur is holding the lotus feet of his Guru. Guru, who is the Nityananda, representation of Nityananda Ram, takes us to Gauranga. Same thing like in the morning prayers, we hear the right. It's Guru Tattva that takes us to Gauranga. Yes, please. Somebody else can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Hari.
Prayers to Lord Gauranga and his associates. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita Chandra, and all the Gaura Bhaktas. All glories to Narhari and Gadadhara Pandit, the lotus of my Lords of my heart. Please cast your most merciful and auspicious glance upon me. Gauranga's golden transcendental form embodies all compassion. With many select prayers, I will glorify his soothing, reddish lotus feet. Let the devotees sit together and be blessed by the touch of Gauranga's lotus feet. O Lord, darling of Sachi Mata, let us offer our respectful obeisances to you. Please look favorably upon us and bestow a drop of your mercy. All glories to Advaita Acharya, the crest jewel of all lords. The world become fortunate by the mercy of your lotus feet. O Sita Prananatha, Lord of the heart of his wife Sita, with folded hands, I praise you and beg for your mercy. I worship Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the son of Rohini Devi, the Advaita, who is non-different from Lord Chaitanya. First of all, let me glorify the lotus feet of Gauracharya, who taking a pride in his grandson Gauranga, goes mad in ecstasy when he prays his qualities. I worship Jagannath Mishra, the father of Viswambara, and Sachi Thakurani, his mother. I worship Lakshmi Thakurani, who has beaten by the snake of serpent separation from the Lord Chaitanya. I worship Vishnu Priya Devi, who accepts the reddish lotus feet of Lord Gauranga and her ornament. Joyfully I glorify Pandrika Vidyamanidhi, for whom Mahaprabhu cried in ecstasy. I glorify. Should I stop, Mataji?
No, please go ahead.
Okay. I glorify the lotus feet of Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, and Sri Pandit Goswami. I worship Govinda Gosai and Vakreshwara Pandit, who are like maddened bees after the sweet nectar of Gauranga's lotus feet. I worship Premananda Puri, Vishnu Puri, and Gadadhara Dasa, holding their feet on his head. With a heart full of joy, I pray to Murari Gupta, please bless me so that I can properly glorify Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. I glorify Srivasa Thakura and Haridas Thakura. I only desire to obtain the feet of the brothers Vasudeva Datta and Mukunda Datta. I glorify Rai Ramananda, who is an abode of love. Let me constantly praise Jagannath Pandita. I worship Rupa, Sanatana, and Damodara Pandit. I also offer my repeated obeisances to Raghava Pandita. I worship Sri Rama, Sundarananda, Gauri Dasa, and all followers of Lord Nityananda. I glorify my worshipable Lord, Narhari Thakura, who protects me in this world and the next. Except him, I have no friend in these three worlds. So let me worship Narhari Thakur, who is an ocean of Gauranga's qualities. With folded hands, let me fall on the ground to offer my obeisances to Govinda, Madhava, and Vasugosha. I wholeheartedly glorify Sri Vrindavan Das Thakura, who enchanted the world with the words of his Chaitanya Bhagavata. My dear brother, we should always glorify the family deity of Nandana. As a boy, Raghunandana Thakura fed a laddu to his Krishna deity. Who would dare consider that boy an ordinary person? I worship his father, Sri Mukunda Dasa, who has unalloyed faith in the path shown by the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I worship all the known and unknown devotees of the Lord.
Please go ahead, Mataji.
I keep their feet on my head as a crown dwelled. I worship the Mahantas and their followers. I always sing the glories of their feet. Don't mind if I mention someone's name first, another later. There is no precise alphabetical order. If by mistake I forget to glorify someone's name, I beg forgiveness by offering them 100 obeisances. I glorify all the devotees both on the world and in the heavens. One by one, I offer my obeisances to everyone. I glorify, desiring to attain love of Godhead, let us happily glorify the transcendental qualities of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. I, Lochandasa, my heart brimming with joy, sing the transcendental glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Oh, dear devotees, isn't this really a Rasa Shastra? What did they say? Chaitanya Mangala is Rasa, right? Chaitanya Bhagavata was Varnanatmaka Shastra. And where is that? Oh my goodness. See, Rasatmaka Shastra. This is really a Rasatmaka Shastra. That was one paragraph. That was one paragraph that Lochnadas Thakura said, and it really has invoked the rasa that he was. What did he say at the very end? My heart brimming with joy. This is what he did to us also. Rasatmaka Shastra. And Srila Narottama Das Thakura, he sang, right? Vaishnavera Pada Duli Tahi Mora Snanakil. Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Nama. As the invocation. And I don't know how melodious it was when he was singing then. Just with the reading itself, we are feeling, Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Nama. Each Vaishnava's name as being uttered, then Tarpan Mora Vaishnavera Nama. Srila Narottama Das Thakura's description. These acharyas, what reality they have lived in, what experience they have. Oh, Mataji, I was thinking in my mind as you are reading. Anyway, dear devotees, I think I can only, with your permission, so far we have heard the summary in it. I think, yeah, we were hearing, we have paused, we have heard the summary. This is a beautiful one. Lochandas Thakura has almost mentioned all the important associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here. And which is such natural way of addressing and with affection, deep respect and affection with everyone. Glories to Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Chandra, all Gaura Bhaktas, to Narahari, Gadadhara Pandita, Advaitacharya, and Nityananda Prabhu, son of Rohini Devi, and lotus feet of Gargacharya, who is a grandson of Gauranga, taking pride in his grandson Gauranga. And Jagannath Mishra, who is the father of Vishwambara. This was the name of Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the initial stages of his ashrama. Then Sachi Thakurani, Lakshmi Thakurani, Vishnu Priya, Pundarika Vidyanidhi, Madhavendra Puri, Govinda Gosai, Vakreshwara Pandita, Paramananda Puri, Vishnu Puri, Gadadhara Dasa, Murari Gupta, Srivas Thakura, Haridas Thakura, Vasudeva Datta, Mukunda Datta, Jagadananda Pandita. Look at this description here. I glorify Rai Ramananda, who is an abode of love. Let me constantly praise Jagadananda Pandita, is the incarnation of Satyabhama. And Rupa Sanatana Damodara Pandita, Raghav Pandita. And where is it? Where Gauranga Mahaprabhu cried. Who is that personality? For whom Gauranga Mahaprabhu cried. Here, Sri Rama Sundarananda Gauri Dasa, Raghav Pandita here, Narahar Chakravarti Thakura. Look at this. When he comes to Narahari Chakravarti Thakura, look at the tone of Lochana Dasa. I glorify my worshipable Lord. That's his Gurudev, Narahari Thakura. Look at this is what our Gurudev does to us, who protects me in this world and next, because it's an eternal relationship. The Guru Tattva, the empowerment, the strength, everything comes from this. And except him, I have no friend in the three worlds. No friend in the next. So let me worship Narahari Thakura, who is an ocean of Gauranga's qualities. His Gurudev, he's saying he's the ocean of Gauranga's qualities. And obeisances to Govinda, Madhava, Vasugosh. And Vrindavan Das Thakura, who wrote Chaitanya Bhagavata, deity of Raghunandana and his deity, Mukunda Dasa, all the known and unknown devotees of the Lord, I keep their feet on my head as a crown jewel. Vaishnavera Pada Dhuli, Tahe Mora Snana Keli. Don't mind, please, if I mention someone's name first and another, and there was no precise alphabetical order. Very informal, sweet flow. I glorify all the devotees on the earth and in the heavens, in all directions, obeisances to everyone. And there is one personality that Gauranga Mahaprabhu was crying. Did you notice, dear devotees, who was that? Mahaprabhu cried. Pundarika, yeah, Pundarika Vidyanidhi, for whom Mahaprabhu cried in ecstasy. This is making us feel like I can't wait to know more about these personalities. What happened between Gauranga and these personalities? What happened between Pundarika Vidyanidhi and Mahaprabhu that Mahaprabhu cried in ecstasy for him? This is so beautiful. So, yes, dear devotees, I guess we'll pause here and I'll let you share anything that you would like.